Joshua Smith here, and welcome to the GSD Mode podcast. Now get shit done and smash that subscribe button now. What is up, my peeps? Joshua Smith here with another weekly real estate tip here at GSD Mode Studios. And today I'm here to talk to you about how to grow your real estate business to consistently closing 100 plus deals each and every single year. And this is without, I'm not talking about having a mega team here or a large team. This is something individual agents can go out there and do and be able to scale up. So I'm going to tell you a story about somebody that I'm mentoring right now that was averaging about 48 to 50 deals a year, and now has scaled up his personal business. Now this is an agent, and we're talking about his personal production, not teammates, this is his personal production. And what he has done and what I've walked him and helped mentored him on doing to be on pace now to closing 100 deals or more each year by himself, right? Where he's averaging 15 plus deals in escrow at any given time now. So we're going to break this down now real quick before we jump into this. You guys, if you're a real estate agent, team leader, or brokerage owner that's looking to grow and scale your real estate business, and you want to be mentored personally by me, mentored and coached by me personally for the next 12 months of your life to, again, help you crush it and slay it and build a real estate business, the real estate business of your dreams, make sure to check out masterybootcamp.com, where you can get information on my personal mentorship and coaching program. Again, masterybootcamp.com. Now, if you, again, real estate agent, team leader, brokerage owner, and you are looking for the most effective and affordable website CRM platform that exists in the industry, make sure to check out perfectstormnow.com. This is the website CRM provider that I personally have, that I personally utilize in my business, and allows me to create one of the top teams on the planet. So check out perfectstormnow.com. All right, so again, you guys, we're here to talk today about how to close 100 plus deals each and every single year on your own. And I have multiple clients that I mentor personally, not just teammates on my team, but clients also that I mentor that make this a reality. And this is in addition to running their brokerage, running their team. Some of them, this is just their own business, but I'm talking about them personally closing 100 plus deals, not counting the other production of their teams and so forth. And it's a lot of damn production, man. So there's some things that are key. And as I say this, these are going to be things that you may not be thinking about. You know, most real estate agents, when they're looking to do this kind of production, they're looking and they're chasing the magic script, right? The magic lead gen source and so forth. And I'm here to tell you that none of that exists. You guys, there is no magic lead gen source. If you were to check out millionairerealestatesummit.com, millionairerealestatesummit.com, I recommend that you guys do if you haven't checked it out already. This was a summit, a virtual summit, online summit that you can have access to right now, that my good friend Chantel Ray and I personally did. Chantel Ray is one of the top team leaders in the world. So I think last year she was number 5th in the whole entire United States, doing, almost 2,000 transactions each and every year, her team. So her and I, we got together and we went out there and interviewed the top 30 agents in North America. These are all agents doing over $1 million a year each and every year of commissions inside their business. And we asked them one question, well, really two questions. What is your number one current, most effective lead generation source? And then what are you doing to convert those leads into appointments, and essentially into clients, into closings, right? And that becomes really important. So often in our industry, lead gen and lead follow-up get treated as two separate things. Well, you can't have one without the other. You can generate leads all day long, but if you suck at lead follow-up, you're just wasting your damn time. So they really come together and become so important. And the reason I'm bringing up the millionairerealestatesummit.com, now this is free. You get 2 days free of access. You can buy lifetime access to all of them. So it's over 30 hours of interviews for like $27 if you want lifetime access to it. But it's free for 2 days. So you can binge it for 2 days. But the reason that I'm bringing this up is to not promote that course or promote that program. It's because, dude, as we interviewed all 30 of these agents, and again, these are top of the top agents. Some that have been in this business for multiple decades, some that have been in the business only for several years that are just crushing it. They all had different lead generation strategies. Now, some of them were similar, right? Like we had a couple of the guests that had their own strategy, but both did a very effective video text campaign to listing FSBOs and so forth. But when we started breaking it down, man, it was a mixture of, door knocking, going after expireds, going after FSBOs, going after, Facebook leads, video, they're all over the place. Again, some similarities there, but all over the place on how they built their business. And again, if you were to line up the top 100 agents on the planet, they're all going to have different unique lead strategies and lead generation sources and so forth. Now, of course, there's going to be some that are similar, but the reason that I share this is I'm telling you right now, there is no special lead generation source out there. There is no such thing as a bad lead gen source. It's just, what are you committed to? What are you going to master? What are you going to be consistent at? Right? That is the most important thing. And again, don't be chasing the magic pill. It just doesn't fucking exist. The only magic pill that exists out there is consistency. So the gentleman I'm mentoring right now, and to respect him and his business, I'm not going to mention his name, but the gentleman that I'm mentoring right now, you guys, this is somebody that I've known for a long time. I know his lead gen sources inside and out. I've been mentoring him for a long time. I know his scripts inside and out. None of these have changed. So from him averaging between 4 and 5 deals every single month to now consistently having 15 deals in escrow. So he came to me and he's like, all right, man, I got 15 deals in escrow right now. I've proven that I can do this now. I want this now to be the new norm. So that's the first start. That's the first point where this starts, is the belief. As Oprah says, to accomplish anything, you got to have that internal belief that it's possible, right? So he knows now that it can be done. He's proven it, right? But now it's, okay, how do I sustain it? I want this to be the new norm. This will, net him, after all said and done, over $500,000 a year, will change the financial dynamic for him and his family forever. This is what he wants, is the new norm. Now, again, here's what we did not do. We did not go out there. I'm like, okay, we're not going to sit there and worry about your lead generation strategy, your lead generation sources, your scripts, so forth, right? For him to go out there and close, if you can close 36 deals a year, you can close 100 deals a year, right? Then it's just all about structuring your schedule, structuring your time, right? Structuring your behavior, structuring your daily routines. This is what we went to work with this gentleman, and now he's just continues to scale, continues to kick ass. And my guess is in the next 6 months, we'll be having a conversation of how do I make 25 deals in escrow now at all times the new norm, right? Because he's absolutely on fire. All right, so the first thing we talked about, the mindset, understanding that this is possible, committing to the new norm. Now he understands that if he wants a new to create a new level of success, you can't create a higher level of success by operating by the same behaviors that you're doing right now. Right? It's going to dictate different behaviors to get a different result. It's just how it goes. What got you to where you are right now will not get you to where you want to go. Unless you just want to maintain where you're at right now, then fine. Right? But if you're wanting to level up, which I think everybody that's here watching this podcast is what we're looking at doing. So the first thing, outside of that, when it comes to tactical things inside of our business, is making sure that your tracking is set up, right? Because, dude, any of you that have ever had 15 deals in escrow at any given time, or 10 deals in escrow at any given time, it's a lot. So you're having to navigate those files, work with those clients, put out fires, shit comes up, right? Plus you have to keep your foot on the accelerator with the things that got you that business in the first place. So there leaves very little time to be fucking around. Right? You have to be intentional. You can't have any waste. So when you're tracking your numbers, when you're tracking your data, number one, we're able to break it down. Let's just say you're going to go out there and chop down trees in the forest. Well, you need to know how many swings of that axe. Let's just say you're using an old school axe and not a chainsaw. You got to know how many swings of that axe it's going to take to chop down the tree. Okay, well then how many swings can I get done in an hour? How many swings can I get done in a day? That will then allow me to predictably know and understand how many trees I can chop down on a daily basis. But it also is going to eliminate that waste, right? So we can sit there and analyze, okay, hey, maybe you're spending equal amount of time on something that is bringing you 80% of your business, and you're spending equal amount of time on something that's only bringing you 20% of your business. It makes sense then to cut out the thing bringing you 20% of business, put 100% of your focus onto those things that are bringing you all the business. You got to understand this. You got to know where to invest your time. Where are you getting the best ROI, the best conversions, right? Like you got to be making sure to track your numbers, but also then this gentleman that I'm mentoring on this right now, he knows per precisely each and every day how many leads he needs to be generating from what lead generation sources. He knows exactly how many reach outs, how many conversations, how many appointments he must set each and every single day. You want to win the year. The only way you win the year is by winning the months. The only way that you win the months is by winning the weeks. The only way that you win the weeks is by winning each and every day. You got to know what that looks like, right? Like, I got to know how many times, again, do I need to swing that axe each and every day to chop down those motherfucking trees. It becomes extremely, extremely important. Okay, so make sure you get your tracking dialed in. Then from there, and this might surprise some of you guys, maybe it will, maybe it won't, I don't know. But then from there, here's what we started focusing on with him, is his daily routines, right? Daily routines, time blocking, and so forth, more than anything. So we first looked at his morning routine and his evening routine, right? Because in order to handle that type, because look, he still has a family. He's got young kids. He's married. He's got a family that he has to attend to as well. Like, he can't just work, 24/7, right? So we started breaking down his calendar. What time do you need to go to bed every single night? So he had to start going to bed earlier. Okay, let's make sure you're going to bed every night at 8 o'clock, getting up every morning at 4 a.m., right? Still getting solid hours of sleep in. That gives him about an hour of family time every single night, right? Where he's still able to invest in that family, and he still takes one day off. He takes Sundays off, so he gets one weekend, one day off in the weekend to devote to his family and so forth, right? But 6 days a week, he's grinding. But 7 days a week, 8 a.m. bedtime, 4 a.m. wake up time. The reason that 4 a.m. wake up time is so crucial, because now he has so many more tasks he has to get in. He's got to get in the office early. He's got to be in the office now. So we set that schedule of, okay, you're in the office every single morning by 7:30 a.m. So between 4 a.m. and 7:30 a.m., right? Like, he has to make sure when you guys, when you're taking on a high capacity and you're increasing your level of capacity, you're increasing your level of stress that you can manage. And stress is a good thing, right? Do not try to avoid stress. When I'm working out or you're working out, how do we get our muscles bigger, thicker, stronger, man? We put stress on those muscles. We break them down, right? We create soreness. They rebuild. They recuperate. They rebuild thicker, bigger, stronger, as long as we're putting the right nutrition in our body, right? I mean, that's an element of stress on the body, right? So we're talking about a new level of stress on the mind, but your body will adapt to that type of stress. Just like, for example, if I'm doing squats and I'm doing squats with 135 pounds for the first time, I'm going to be sore as shit with my legs, right? But after a couple months of doing that weight, no longer is it going to get me sore. So we adapt to those level of stresses and those new capacities where those become the new norms and they no longer hinder us in the same way, right? But we got to make sure, as we're taking on these new levels of stress and we're taking on these new actions and these higher levels of actions, we need to make sure that we're mentally and physiologically prepared to go out there and perform each and every day. Because again, if the goal is to win each and every day, and if you guys take one thing out of this, right, quit focusing on the week, quit focusing on the month, just focus on each and every day. If all you have to do is just eating an elephant one bite at a time, just take it one day at a time. All I got to do is just get up and kick today's ass. And then tomorrow I just wake up and then kick today's ass. And then tomorrow I wake up and kick today's ass. That's it, right? Don't put all this additional stress and self-sabotage on you by thinking about the week, thinking about the month, thinking about, it's like, oh man, I got to do 50,000 dials over here. That's so overwhelming. Well, maybe you break it down and don't do the math on this, because I'm just pulling numbers out of my ass here. But maybe you discover that's only 225 dials a day, right? You rip out a dialer, you can get those done in 2 hours in a day, right? So we're taking this down to bite sizes, right? But again, we need to make sure when you enter the office, like, think about that day. If you got to win each and every day, think of the office as I'm stepping on the field. This is game day. You're stepping on the court, stepping on the field. Well, you want to be mentally and physically prepared to go out there and take on that day. So we got him getting up at 4 a.m., got him doing his hour of self-development, doing his morning routine, making sure he's feeding his body the right nutrients, the right information, the right nutrients, feeding his brain the right information. So boom, he's not starting off the day in a reactive state. He's proactive, but now, man, he's mentally and physically and mentally and physically, I'll omit the other word, prepared to go out there and dominate that damn day. Right? So, but then from there, boom, okay, you're in the office. Now this becomes the routine part, right? So he's in the office at 7:30 every single day, 7:30 to X time. Okay, here's where you're going to crush your reach outs each and every day, 6 days a week. Here's your lead follow-up time. Here's your lead generation time. And we're time blocking this, right? Because you guys got to understand, if you're not time blocking and you're allowing yourself to be what I call a Pop-Tart realtor, you're just popping up every time anybody needs you, you're not going to be able to grow and expand your business. right? We as human beings on average get interrupted every 7 minutes. It takes 11 minutes to regain that focus from each interruption. So the average person wastes at least 30% at a minimum of their day just through interruptions. This is why time blocking is so important. So boom, here is his window for how many follow-ups he must do in the morning. Right? Here's how many follow-ups he has to get in. Here's that time block window. And every single day, we're planning and reflecting each and every day on what this is. So before he jumps into the office for that day, it's already pre-committed to paper. It's already on his calendar. He knows exactly what must happen to go out there and win that portion or that part of his day, at least for his business, right? So, okay, boom. Here is my lead follow-up time. Now, I'm not going to have any other distractions other than this lead follow-up time. Boom, that gets done. Alarm goes off. Now he jumps into his social media plan for the day. Here's my social media plan. Boom, that time goes off, right? Here's my lead generation portion of the day. And then boom, let's just say by noon, right? That gives the rest of the day for all of his appointments. New buyer appointments, buyer consults, new listing and presentation consults, new client time, and so forth. But the most important thing is that time blocking and having that pre-planned out each and every single day. Right? So he knows exactly what that looks like. I mean, at the end of the day, if you guys want to create massive success, man, just with your daily planning, daily reflection, this is why it's so important. Daily planning, daily reflection. Reflect on how your day went, how you can improve, plan your next day, create your to-do list. And at the end of the day, then you just fucking commit to accomplish your to-do list. You get your to-do list done each and every day, you're going to be kicking massive ass, right? And that's what we're making sure that he is doing. Right? But we're making sure, again, we're removing certain apps from his phone, removing certain distractions from him. Because again, it's not, if you're closing 3 deals a month, you can close 10 deals a month. It is not a new lead generation source. It is not a new script. It is not a new follow-up source. It's none of those things, right? It's making sure that you are setting up your schedule and your structure and your environment to be able to take more consistent action each and every single day. But that becomes so important because what you don't want to have happen is, boom, you get those 10, 15 deals under contract. Then all of a sudden you stop doing the things that got you that business in the first place and you start doing these roller coaster months, right? And none of us want to have those. Those freaking suck. We want to have consistency inside our business, right? So it's controlling your behaviors. At the end of the day, there's only 4 things that any of us can control. You control your mindset, your attitude, your behaviors, and your daily actions. So you got to make sure that those are on point. And that's why your morning routine, evening routine, and you guys got to understand things that I'm saying here also, like we've refined his diet. Right, we refined his sleep schedule. We refined his hydration because he can't have that brain fog, man. He's got to have the energy to go out there and do this. Plus, when he's done with his busy workday and the mental stresses and the physical stresses that brings on, he also has to go out there and show up for his family. How are you going to have that energy to show up for your family if you're not doing all of these things correctly, right? As an entrepreneur, man, it is our responsibility to take care of our body and our minds. You got to be taking care of your body and your mind, and then making sure just to be consistent with those daily behaviors. This is how you grow and scale your business. And we're not talking about creating teams here. We're not talking about leverage here. We're talking about if you want to be doing, let's just say you're doing 36, 48 deals a year, or even 25 deals a year, whatever that may be, and you want to scale that up to 100, these are the things that nobody talks about or nobody focuses on. I shouldn't say nobody talks about, but agents aren't focusing on them. They're trying to focus on, well, again, what's that magic lead gen source? What's that magic script? It's not in the lead gen source. It's not in the scripts, right? It's in these daily, consistent, again, tracking your daily routines, your daily planning and reflection, your behaviors, and being consistent each and every day at that. And if you do this, right, boom, you're going to go out there and create massive success. Now, let me just forewarn you, this is going to suck. This takes a lot of discipline, which any of us can pull off, any of us can do with these daily actions. It just sucks, right? But what sucks more? Having roller coaster months where you're stressing out, freaking out, like, look, I've been extremely broke, I've been extremely poor, I've made it, I've lost it, all of these things. And doing the daily, boring, mundane things to create success for sure is a bitch. It sucks. But nothing sucks more than freaking out about your next commission check, than stressing and not being able to sleep about how you're going to put food on the table for your family, how you're going to pay your bills. And that's just the reality of it. So we must decide which suck we'd rather experience, right? Which one's more painful, and what pain would we rather experience? Do you want to experience the pain of discipline, the pain of consistency, the pain of pushing through boredom, right? The pain of getting up early and doing all those mental things that we talked about, right? Or do you want to experience the pain of being broke and struggling, maybe being a statistic and having to drop out of the business, and all your friends and family members giving you the told you so, you freaking loser, for becoming a statistic, right? Because you lost, man. You're a loser if you quit this industry, right? If you don't make it and you quit, you're a loser. You're not a winner. You didn't win. You lost. You failed. You quit. You're a quitter. You're a loser. Right? Do you want to experience that pain of knowing that you are a freaking loser? Or do you want to experience the gratification of being like, man, I'm a fucking winner, right? Like, you got to pick and choose, because the pains are real. The pains exist. You just got to pick and choose which pain that you would rather experience, you guys. And it's so important to understand that and pick the right pain. And I'm not here to judge you on which pain that you're going to pick, right? If you want to be a loser, go be a loser. That's great, right? It's no skin off my back, man, right? But you got to just be honest with yourself and identify what pain would you rather experience. It's like when I was overcoming obesity and lost over 100 pounds. Every single meal, right? I had to decide, do I want to go through the pain and not giving myself this instant gratification of this meal, or do I want to experience, do I want to go through that pain, or do I want to go through the pain of hating my body, having no energy, killing myself slowly, right? Dying a premature death of heart disease or whatever, being embarrassed to pull my shirt off, right? Which pain do I rather experience? I had to make that decision day by day, hour by hour, 2 hours by 2 hours, all throughout the day, right? But I chose the pain that I would rather experience. So I decided to give up the pain of that instant gratification, push through, and lose the 100 pounds, right? So you just got to pick and choose, which pain would you rather experience? And if you choose right, hopefully, I hope to God you do choose right. But again, it's all about your tracking, daily routines, daily planning, daily reflection, your day in and day out behaviors, and that daily consistency. That's what creates and gives you massive power to go out there and truly grow and scale your business. And I know it's the unsexy, stuff. And look, the reason why I think so many real estate agents would rather jump into finding the lead gen strategy, whatever, is because they don't want to face the truth. They don't want to face the truth that it's your daily behaviors and daily decisions, hitting that snooze button, getting your ass out of bed, doing that. Like those are the true daily truths that you're just not truly committed, and they'd rather hide behind some other bullshit, cop out, instead of facing the truth. It's like in The Big Short, right? Where he's like, the truth is like poetry. The issue is that everybody fucking hates poetry, right? Which is an awesome quote in The Big Short, in that movie. Anyway, though, you guys, make sure to take this serious. Hope that this helps. Keep kicking ass. Keep leveling up in your real estate business. And again, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Truly appreciate all your support. Again, go out there, take massive action, keep kicking ass, and I'll see you next time. Peace. I hope you enjoyed this GSD Mode podcast episode. Now make sure you get shit done and smash that subscribe button now.